Mr. Chido, tell me, do you have a written lease with Mr. Leslie Lindsay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and is the term expired or is this a month-to-month lease?
Yes, I wrote him lease that lasted for 2 years. It expired around June last year.
Okay.
I asked him to renew. He refused.
Okay.
Not only that, he refused to renew, he does not pay.
All right.
Right now, it's only for like 4 months. And each time I informed him that he's owing, that we need to pay for this lease, he will be threatening me. He will bring out machete, doing all sorts of trade. So that's why I decided to approach the court.
Okay, well, so tell me this then, how much is monthly rent?
$1,000.
Is there a late fee?
No, I'm not charging him any fee because he refused to pay, so I let
Do you
it
guys
go.
reside in the same location?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's a business location.
All right, that's fine. And this is a residential or commercial property?
It's a commercial property, Your Honor.
The commercial property. Okay. And do you guys reside there as a residential place or is it just commercial for like commercial use?
It's a commercial. It's a business that run 24. The tire shop run 24 hours.
I see. Okay, great. All right. And last time he's paid you any money from any source?
Say it again.
Last time Mr. Leslie or Lindsay, I know he has paid you any money from any source?
I think sometime in February, he gave me $1,000.
He gave you some money in February?
Yeah, I think in February he brought $1,000.
Okay.
Out of $5,000 is owing.
Okay. When did he bring you the money in February? What day?
I think either first or second.
The first or second?
Yes. I don't remember exactly.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
It's he does not comply. In this property, I have decap sanitation container that were supposed to serve the whole property. We supposed to contribute money and pay for this sanitation, but since he's been here, he refused. Rather, what he did was to go and bring a bucket sanitation that he does not pay. He illegally put it in the property. It's not documented, and he keep on, putting the property in danger.
Okay.
Another thing is that he was supposed to go through some process and renew the business license he's using for this property.
I understand.
To run his business. He told me he has one, he's transferring one.
Well,
but when code enforcement came in 2024, he couldn't provide it.
Well, let me check with Mr. Lindsay. Okay, so hold tight. Mr. Lindsay, I just want to confirm some of those things. Do you have a commercial rental agreement with Mr. Cheeto for $1,000 a month?
Yes, sir.
And is there no late fee to your knowledge?
No, he never charged me no late fee. But
I
would like to know if I can ask him a question.
Sure.
Can I? Mr. Anthony, before the code enforcement came here, do I ever owe you any money except being late?
I don't remember. I've been writing you. If I go back, I'll see when I've been writing you notice.
Well, let's do this, Mr. Lindsay. I wanted to let you ask that question, but I want to get some more information from you so I can make sure we've got some of the basic stuff under way here. Okay, so it's $1,000 a month. When's the last time you paid, Mr. Cheeto?
On the 8th of February last month.
8th of February last month. And how about before? How much money did you pay him on that day?
I paid him $1,000.
Okay, and what about before then? Did you pay him any money before then?
Yes, I always pay him, but I always came up late.
Okay, so when did you pay him in January, did you have any payment to him in January?
January. No, I don't think so.
Okay. And what about December?
Yes, I give him money around that time.
Okay. And what about November?
Yes, he get money, but he get it late.
Okay. And then in October, because he's claiming you're behind at this juncture. And I just want to make sure, Mr. Chitto, what months are you claiming he's behind for?
He's behind for October, November, December, January, February.
Well, he's all right. Well, he paid you $1,000 in February, which you admitted to.
It's behind.
I got it.
I issue him receipt. And the last receipt I issued him was for September 2025.
Okay, but you issued him a receipt for February of 2026 as well, I assume.
No, Your Honor. He does not
not
have any receipt for December, January, February, nothing for November. He does not have any receipt. So these are back. He just gave me money whenever he wants. After threatening me, he will just come and give me $1,000.
Listen, I'm just trying to find out how much money is officially owed. That's it. So you've initially, when you filed this matter, and you filed this matter in February, you indicated that he owed at the time $4,200. I'm not quite sure how you get to 42 if the rent's $1,000 and there's no late fees. So I'm just trying to make sure I got everything correct according to what you guys are saying. You guys both agree it's $1,000. However, you have that he owes $4,200. Not sure how that happened. And I'm just asking then, since he's paid in February, which you could potentially still pursue this action, even if he paid in February, potentially, if he was behind, right? And if you gave the appropriate notices. But my concern is, sir, if you can just tell me the month specifically that he has been that he owes for, that he has not paid for.
November, December, January, February.
Okay. So when he paid in February, what month that paid for September?
Part of October.
And part of October.
He gave me $800. And I was waiting for him to give me extra $200 so that I can issue him receipt. He did not. So that's how we came to $4,200.
With the $200. I see. And so then when he gave you money in February, that effectively was paying for September.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then when he paid you $800 in October, that left the two, then November, December, January, February. Okay, so $4,000, $4,200. I got you. Just want to make sure. And now if I were to give a writ of possession, 12 days in March. Okay, so the $4,200 plus the 12 days in March would ultimately, if I were to agree with you, bear with me. All right, that'd be $4,600 in total that you'd be owed, not including court costs. Now, Mr. Lindsay, I just want to confirm here, he's saying that the payment that you made in February was ultimately to satisfy September, and he made a partial payment in October. Is that correct?
I kind of flip back on the one, you know. I kind of flip back on the one.
I'm sorry?
I kind of flip back on the one because I just want to, it kind of confusing because I want to go over it, like how I end up owing Mr. Anthony. You know how I end up owing Mr. Anthony. I never used to owe him. I used to pay him, but I used to be late.
Right, I understand that.
I used to be late. Okay. The code enforcement came here. They never shut down my shop.
Okay, well, how long has the shop been shut down and why was it shut down?
About 3 months because of the garbage that they have to the back of the building. When I came here to rent this place from Mr. Anthony, he didn't have no garbage bin here. He did not have a garbage bin. So I asked him, where are you going to put my trash? He told me, throw them behind the building. Your Honor, when I look behind of that building, I put my hand by my mouth. I decided no. So I have this sanitation garbage bin that I used to use at my first shop. I bought it here to put my garbage and I pulling it across the street. One guy who used to, he was supposed to get his business license for a next section in the yard because he sold cars. He is the one who bought the garbage bin. And when he bought the garbage bin, he asked me, he told me that I have to pay an extra $2,500 to put garbage inside it. I tell him no, because I have a garbage bin already. It was a whole heap of controversy. I end up, and I give him 25. He used to have a guy who was with Mr. Anthony. Used to be up there, he's selling cars. I give that guy $25 to give to the guy for the garbage. Your Honor, I still couldn't throw garbage in that garbage bin. Up to this day, I still can't put no garbage in that garbage bin. I put in my sanitation garbage across the street. What I have done to these people, I don't know.
Were you ever cited by code enforcement?
No.
No, you were never cited. But you're saying, though, that you had to provide those services yourself and then ultimately were charged by someone else as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Cheeto, just regarding that, just to make sure that we address that as well, is there any concern or truth to what he's saying, that you didn't provide the appropriate trash bins associated with the business and that he had to do so? And did code enforcement ever come out?
The code enforcement, this property, we both lease it from somebody. I was leasing it from somebody. I'm not the original owner of this property.
Oh.
So what we do is every month, he's supposed to bring his own part of the rent, and I bring my own and send to the landlord. So he's owing the big landlord. So if he continues
so you're
to
like
stay
kind of
here,
subleasing the place to him.
yes. I'm gonna lose the property, I'll lose my business too.
Nice.
So he can't be here, and the landlord is after me. And
But
he's the one using the place.
But you signed an independent agreement with Mr. Lindsay for that portion.
Yes, we signed, and the landlord is aware that he's here.
I see.
When he stopped bringing his own part, I also informed the landlord.
All right. Well, listen. So listen, folks. Mr. Lindsay, I just want to make sure, so I don't make it feel like anybody didn't have an opportunity to fully get their point across. I just want to make sure that we've got it here. We've got effectively now. I know you're saying how he owed you, but I understand you have the trash issue. As far as payments, outside of the payment that was made in February and the partial payment that was made in October, right? Beyond those, I understand that you may have been current at least up through August. Are there any other payments that you made from September through now?
Yes, Your Honor. I give him $200 yesterday for the current bill. But Your Honor,
you gave him $200 yesterday?
Yes. And listen,
how did you give him $200?
I give him $200 because the light bill is in his name.
No. How did you give it to him? Did you give it to him in cash? Did you?
Cash. And he does always send me.
Hold on, just pause for me, please. Just pause. Mr. Cheeto, did you take $200 cash from him this week?
Your Honor, what he did, I filed for this dispository before.
No, I just want to know if you took $200.
He came into my office. You know, it was a separate, the bill he pays. It was his bill. I don't have the same bill with him.
Right.
He had separate electricity bill. So he comes to me to ask me help him pay. It's not giving me money. He asks me, he can log in online to pay. He will come and ask me, oh, please help me pay, because power people told him they're going to disconnect his power.
Is the power in his name or your name?
He refused to put it in his name. Because there's another tenant there, neither him or him accept to put it in their name. They don't want to take responsibility for anything.
So what did you do with the $200?
It's in the power. I gave it to power. I gave it to power office.
So, but it was cash. So you had to deposit the money and then give the money to the power company.
So he dropped it in my office. The other tenant that was using the same bill with him today, because he left it in my office and I asked him, come and take this money. He refused and left it on my table.
And then you just took it?
I left it on my table. People coming into and out of my office.
So are you saying are you trying to say someone stole the money?
No. I take it
Okay.
and put in my drawer.
All right.
Yesterday they called me on from the robocall from power office. Called
Yes.
me that they're going to disconnect their power. The other guy gave me money today, which I put in that account.
Who gave you money today?
Peter, there is another tenant that is using the power.
But when is the last time Mr. Lindsay gave you any money in any form from any source?
The money he gave me, like the 200 he left in my office, I think yesterday or day before yesterday.
And you took that money and deposited it in your account?
No, it's still in my drawer. The $200 is in $200 bill. I still have it in my office.
Well, I thought you told me you took the money and you gave it to the power company.
No, what I said, the other guy gave me money today. When the other guy gave me money today, I paid the power company today, not the money he abandoned in my office, because I knew he's playing game.
That's not what you told me earlier.
He came into my office, I think, day before yesterday.
Oh, Mr. Lindsay, just listen, and I'll be honest with you. This does tip on this point, because I'll tell you, Mr. Cheeto, you're not allowed to take any money from the folks, the defendant, during the pendency of the case. And generally, folks do this sometimes, but it is the responsibility of the plaintiff that if it's not their intent to take the money, to return it immediately, so there's no confusion about the intent of the parties, right? So when I ask the question, I'm just trying to get people's honest answer. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking for like, yeah, last time he gave me any money since I filed, before I filed. Like, no, like as of any day. And so if you've taken any money, I wouldn't say, you know.
The money he gave me is he came and dropped it on my table. Ask him if he hand me over, if I open my hand and collect any money, because he just wants to come and drop the money.
Mr. Cheeto, listen, stop. I've given you plenty of opportunity to talk.
Okay.
Right. If you would have told me from the beginning, we wouldn't have had this issue. You understand? So, Mr. Lindsay, and can you turn a light back on, Mr. Lindsay? It got real dark up in there. Yep, the same. There you go. So, Mr. Lindsay, tell me, how did you give that money to Mr. Cheeto?
I give it to him in cash, 200. I give him one hard $100 bill and 5 20s.
I know, but how did you give it to him in his hand? How did you give it to him? Did you slip it under his door?
I make him sit down in the office, Your Honor, and I pass him the money. I say, this is $200 and the light bill. And he take it and he will sit down on top of the desk. And I leave because I didn't ask him to.
And that's your statement under oath, Mr. Cheeto. Pause. Mr. Cheeto, he says he gave it to you and specifically told you toward that. You told me earlier that's what you did. So I'm giving you a last opportunity just to make sure. Did he not give you this $200, as you say a couple days ago, to communicate that it was specifically for electric that you took and paid?
He said it's for the electricity bill. He brought money and dropped on my office. I don't want to take any money from him.
Okay.
And I sent him notice. I said,
how does he normally pay the electricity?
He will give me money to help him pay. That's how he pay.
Is it independent of the $1,000?
Yes, independent of that. Whatever that is the electricity bill, I send it to him.
And then he pays.
He will come and approach me and say, help me pay. And that's how. It's a separate deal. So when he came yesterday, he dropped it. I didn't want to take any money from him. I originally sent him a WhatsApp. I said, give your money to Peter to go and pay. I wrote him. I have it on his WhatsApp communication. I said, give your money to Peter. But because he was playing game, he came to my office and dropped that money.
But it wasn't that he dropped the money.
Your Honor?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say, Your Honor?
I'm just letting you finish, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. He came to my office and dropped that money. And I was calling him. I said, take the money to Peter so that Peter will help you pay. We'll pay this time around, because I filed this before. When it was time to get this thing settled, he came and gave me $1,000. I came to the courthouse. I said, oh, you collected money from him. I said, okay, that's fine. I left him. That was in December. He refused to pay again till I filed this one. 2 days to that, to this.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, Mr. Cheeto. I as much as I don't like what's going on, I do feel like the monies that he ultimately gave you were a part of his tenancy there, right? I mean, you're saying he gives you the money independent. It's not in his name. It's part of the monies that he would ultimately owe you. Now, I know you didn't necessarily listen to me. I know you didn't necessarily plead for that, or or ask for that, or pray for that. But it is a part of the expenses that he would normally have to spend out. Now, listen, Mr. Lindsay, I don't like the fact that you haven't paid any money, and I definitely don't like the fact that you're behind now several months' rent. But Mr. Cheeto, to be frank, you're sending very mixed signals. I'll be frank, with accepting money in early February after non-payment for several months, and then accepting additional monies for him to also pay towards an electric bill for services he's rendering in a business that you're trying to get him out of, right? And for a bill that you really aren't even responsible for. I mean, you're responsible for, but it's not for your services, right? And so it's concerning to me because it doesn't seem to be that you're really clear about your intent of having him get out. I understand that you guys may have met, have had a where you guys are no longer have a meeting of the minds or agreeing in this relationship, but unfortunately, you still have to meet the law, which is you can't take money after the filing. And I'll be frank, I didn't inquire about these things because I know Mr. Lindsay didn't immediately bring them up. But I always, like to make sure people understand there's a statutory requirement to demand possession of the property and give somebody a specific deadline as well as an amount, if it's non-payment, that they're supposed to pay. Did you ever even give him anything like that? So we wouldn't even get to a place where it's like, hey, I gave you $1,000 in early February, but I'm gonna give you $200 for a portion of the payment that may or may not be included. But did you specify what you wanted from him in writing?
Who?
Mr. Lindsay.
Your Honor, do you want me to speak on Ms. Lindsay?
Yeah, I would like you to speak. Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you want me to speak on?
Did you give him a written letter indicating that he had to pay rent or he was going to face an eviction? Did you give him a 3-day demand letter?
Yes, Your Honor.
When did you give him a 3-day demand letter?
The last one I gave him was on the 3rd of February.
And but you said but see, that's what I mean, right? If you send him a letter on the 3rd of February and then you tell me that you ultimately accepted money from him on like the 4th or the 8th, he's saying the 8th, I think you said the 4th, then that obviously would invalidate what you're trying to do because he didn't give you the full amount that apparently. Did you only ask for $1,000?
Say it again, Your Honor.
What I'm just trying to express to you, Mr. Cheeto, is that your actions in accepting money after you sitting a demand and accepting money less than that and doing that only more than once really doesn't show that your intent is clear. So I'm going to dismiss the case purely on the fact that when you accepted money, and it appears that you also accepted money after filing the demand, sending the demand, and didn't get. I mean, those are a couple of issues there. All right. Now, look, Mr. Lindsay, I'm not trying to in any way say that you're in the right because you're in the wrong. You ain't paid. You admitted that you haven't paid, but we have to make sure things are statutorily done because these things move fast in this court and we want to make sure that they're done appropriately. If you guys can reach an agreement, that's fine. Otherwise, if you have failed to reach an agreement, I'm going to dismiss it. Mr. Cheeto, that doesn't mean that you can't file again. That doesn't mean that you can't appropriately move within the law. But again, if you accept payments after filing, you're sending mixed signals. And if you don't give clear statement about what your intent is, then when you get here, I'm going to end up dismissing the case because that's what the law requires, okay? So I'm going to write the order up. I pray you guys get it resolved. Otherwise, I'll see you again and you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep.
Appreciate this.
Yes, sir.
100% love.
You guys can log off.